channel. Funny thing happened to me on the way to the grocery store. I got caught in a downpour, and I'm soaked from head to toe. But it was exhilarating after I got back. The closer I got to the house, the heavier it rained. And then, what I knew in the back of my mind would happen. The paper bag started to disintegrate. And luckily, just before that, I was afraid the handles would fall off. So I was holding the bags, but then I felt something popping through on my right hand. And it was the plastic bags that I put the lemon and the limes in for my oyster feast. And then I knew something was about to happen when I felt glass. We had a casualty, unfortunately, one of the most important elements, and that is the horseradish, I'm afraid to say. It's on the sidewalk as I speak, and I need to go back down to the grocery store and also bring a broom, a brush, and a pan to clean up the glass and the horseradish. Even my stomach is upset. Okay, so here's the receipt. You know, you sit in your car, once you get in an accident, you're buffered from nature. It's good to get out, get some exhilaration, get your blood pumping, get a nice... So I had to get Tabasco, and I got the jalapeno Tabasco. Tabasco was $4.99 for both types. And now the saltine crackers, those are in plastic, so... And I was going to go with this dessert. And I just felt like getting some cheesecake. I got some oysters, oyster crackers. Make sure everything's going as planned here, because I have to take the camera. I put it on automatic settings, and then I have to remember to put it back on manual, because I like to video these ASMR in manual with just a fixed focus. So the oyster crackers are $3.99. The saltine crackers are also $3.99. That box is looking kind of sad. Yeah, wow, yeah, it's... And I got these stuffed clams. Frozen stuffed clams. I don't know, I just started. Stuffed clams are $7.49. They're frozen. Then I can't have cheesecake without strawberries. And since it's not strawberries, I don't think it was. I didn't look in the fresh fruit section. Maybe they do have strawberries. Those are frozen strawberries. Frozen strawberries are those are signature brand Strawberries, $3.99. I think guess I went there hungry. I thought I'd have a big seafood mukbang, but maybe I'll just go with the oysters because that's 50 oysters. And shrimp cocktail. I gotta get that in the fridge. Those are $3.99. And New England clam chowder. No water. Don't need to add water. And the clam chowder was $7.99, so kind of expensive. Kind of, no, is expensive. I had to get Energizer batteries for my outdoor temperature sensors. The substation or the main station that takes the readings. I haven't had that on for months. Those were $9.99 for batteries. Oh, it's so wet. I'm pretty sure I just lost the one. It's in the bag. So I just made it to my steps, and then everything, I just collapsed everything. I slowly put it down on the ground, and went and got new bags. That's the quickest way to just bring everything into the house. Cocktail sauce, I got fresh stuff. I had 2023 and 2021 horseradish in the fridge, so I got rid of that. So here are the limes and the lemons. 3 each from my Corona. $2.07. And here's my soggy batteries. Box is falling apart. I hope those don't short circuit. Here's what's left in my bag. Or 2 bags. So I'm soaked from head to toe. I was able to do that in 8 minutes, so. And then as soon as I scrambled to get the camera and the recorder, because I wanted to record with the Zoom setup, look out the back window, I'll show you. The rain came down to a trickle, or just a sprinkle. So I knew, I saw the weather, but everything looked like it was sliding to the west of the Boston area. And I guess when the sun heat everything up, because we had broken clouds with sun when I left. Well, I have a cleanup in aisle 3, and I have to go down and get another jar of horseradish. So I'll be right back. Okay, without further ado, I shucked 6 oysters from Oysters in Duxbury. Oh yeah, so let's have the first one. All natural or naked. Oh boy. Let's savor this. nice to have like the Wellfleet, Duxbury. Then there was a new place up in Maine. I saw something a couple years ago now with Gordon Ramsay, and it was odd. It might have been clams, but I thought it was oysters, where they discovered these oysters love this one area with this river outlet right in this river area, which I thought was unusual. I'm pretty sure it was oysters, but it wasn't. It was I think it was his cooking show. It wasn't like Kitchen Nightmares or something. So a little lemon on this. These are all uniform sizes. There were the ones I got from Wellfleet had some really good size, large ones, and some were difficult to open, but they were worth it. These are all uniform sizes. I don't think my first impression, to be honest, was that the Wellfleet was a little bit saltier, maybe. I don't know if there are different. No, that wouldn't make any sense. Are there different varieties of oysters, different species? Or they just take on the flavor of their environment? Yeah, these are like, I don't know how they farm these. I have to say that I bought these because of their nice video they had associated with their website. It was very high production value. Oh, these, they're just so good. Obviously didn't scrape that off completely. So I cleaned up my mess I made with the horseradish. I was thinking, I wonder if there's a market for horseradish car air freshener instead of that pine tree. They have like a clam. No, then it wouldn't be the root. Nobody would know what that is. Oh. So I'm definitely going off of a memory of the Wellfleet. I think there is a difference. Oh man, these were so efficient to open, so you get to have your oysters real quick. Oh man. So that's 6. Everything's fallen in place. I've got my ice. Then I don't use the crusher that often, so it still has a lot of life in it. So here's my ice. But very important. so good. I got my limes. About 2 limes. Thank you very much. Oh yeah. So, these are so fresh that I have to clean them off. They showed them taking them out of the mud. So I don't know if they seed. I know a lot of farms, they have like these floating cages. But in the video they showed these being harvested out of the mud like you do clamming. That's my recollection. So I reach in, very well packed, fast delivery. Look at that. That's a nice garnish. Show you how fresh that is. Oops, all the time. This chair is creaky. Okay, so gets the sand off. I think I need to get this out of the way here. So here's a new. These are supposed to help you from, getting injury from poking yourself. And these are from a website. They're called Toadfish. It's the same concept as it's very fine mesh. So helps you hold on to the oyster and you can't, poke yourself, although this is not like a knife. So I'll put these on the ice. So what you do, put on your gloves. I might use shells. Where'd this guy come from? So just take it like this. Of course, when I did it in the kitchen, I was standing above it. That's an accident waiting to happen. Okay, make me out a liar. You don't get leverage. Sitting down. I know it was sealed, but it was kind of loose. They also had a super hot one. Or hot. Actually, that's a lot. These are just so good. Okay. You won't defeat me. I am stronger-willed. Success. Oh, man. So many options. Oh, I haven't opened up this yet. Let's take a little of that. Put some on there. Whoops. Not that I'm sponsored by anybody. So I go down to pick up another jar of horseradish and the sun comes out. It's humid though. off camera so I get better leverage. I don't know if I actually need those. Watch me stab myself when I say that. Oh, see, I'm starting to get the... Oh, this is a good size one. I wonder how long it takes an oyster to get to this size. You actually have to burn calories to eat your oysters. So that was, that'll be 13 because I took 7 out. Thought it was 6, but I had 7. I'm just gonna put lemon on this. This ice is melting fast. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Look at the pointy hinge on that. that's unusual. The shell where it attached came off. Well, my ice is melting. I've got more ice. Let me clear the table. I'll shuck 6 of them so I can enjoy them without the workout in between. So I'll be right back without a snap. Okay, I'm back. It's definitely easier from a standing position on a kitchen counter. You get better leverage. Easy peasy. Couldn't be easier. Time to refreshen my beer. Did I say refreshen? Somebody noticed in my other video that's like every time I do that it reminds me of a crime TV series, you know, like Columbo or Mannix. Hawaii 5-0, Beretta. It was always be like a suspenseful thing. Or you had like a 60s flower power. Adam 12. Some type of, hippie criminals or something like that. Or they're going into a building, they don't know what to expect, and that always sets up the intrigue or the suspense of a scene. That's something you're not going to see a lot in any movies anymore, is going through a doorway that has beads in it. It's a beaded entrance, they have hanging beads you have to go through. That's a 60s thing. Oh yeah. It's gonna be in the 90s tomorrow. Well, a high of 90 for the next 2 days, and then like 88 for another 2 days. And then back down to like mid 80s, like 86. So that must be why we have this inclement weather. It's the front coming through, changing. These are not going to fill me up. So I got the oven preheating at 450 with the expectation of putting all 6 stuffed clams, cooking them all and having each one, and even maybe having some clam chowder. just delicious. Got them on a fresh bed of ice. Did I mention so this is 7, which brings my total to 20. I tell you, for these 100, I don't see. I struggled to get to that 100 on the last one. They were bigger, but I haven't had breakfast. I think it's like 1:30 in the afternoon. Got my little. I wonder if I should eat that. Seaweed's good for you, right? Wow, that's not bad with the lemon on it. I'd have that as a salad. I wonder what kind of seaweed that was. Oh. They're just so fresh and delicious. They have, like in Japan, I think they got like these giant oysters. No. That's a no-go for me. Well, let me refresh in my it's getting windy outside. I wonder if another storm is coming through. Alright, so I'll be right back. Okay, to make it easier to count, this is now 10. So this will make 30. When I finish, I'm going to add another lime. I'm going to put some lime instead of lemon on these. Wow, that's different than the lemon, definitely. Little piece of shell. Haven't found an oyster yet. Oyster. Haven't found a pearl yet. Yeah, it's so much better when you don't have to eat after each workout. Just a little downtime and relax. try that. That. Kind of overpowers the oyster. You just want to slow down, savor each one. I feel like I haven't eaten. Don't fill up on crackers. Time to change the ice. I don't know why I didn't think of using these little baking pans before. New England seafood. Can't beat it. Oh, that was just seaweed. I could have sworn I scraped that off. So that was 30. And I'm starving. So I'll be right back without a snap. I think that'll be getting old at this point. So I'll be back with my next 10 oysters. Will bring me to 40. Okay, I'm back with 12 oysters. Sadly, I was shorted 8 oysters. I paid for a 50 count. That's a shame, because that will probably, it is going to affect my decision to purchase from them again. But I do have 12 in front of me. So usually, I'm not going to say usually, I don't have a long history of ordering oysters online. You get maybe 1, 2 extra. Let's just enjoy these. I have the stuffed clams in the oven as I speak, and about 18 minutes left on those. I had to sorry, the Tabasco's kicking in. I had to do a double count. I'm like, maybe I messed up. There's no way I had 8 oysters before I even started counting. So, yeah. appropriately if I made a mistake. That's 12. I was gonna have 10, which give me to 40, and then have the other 10. And I'm looking in the bag. I'm feeling in the bag. I'm like, wait a minute. There's not 10 in here. Another 10. Is it going quick? I hold in my hand the last oyster. I know what that was. That sound. Well, that was delicious. So that was Island Creek oysters. Very uniform. Maybe it was just my technique. They were a little bit easier to open than the last, those ones I ordered from. It was some Boston company, but they were actually from the Cape. They were from Wellfleet, so just make sure you open them immediately. I don't know if I'll email them or what. Let them know. Want to be more careful counting your oysters. So when I get back, I'll break into some stuffed clams, New England style stuffed clams, which I think means Mostly bread, hardly any clams. For some reason, I really like them. Even though it's a lot of stuffing, but they were better than the ones I made myself with fresh clams. Maybe because I just have had them so often. So I'll be back with some stuffed clams, everyone. Okay, I'm back with stuffed clams. It's only, I don't know why I was thinking there were 6 of them. With 4, they have a bigger package you can get. But, oh, this is another one of my favorites. You know, I don't think I did a thumbnail with the clams, but definitely put Tabasco on these. I just lather them up with Tabasco. These are hot. These are very hot, right out of the oven. Of course, they go from frozen right into the 450 oven. You can see the steam coming on. Okay, I got clams in that. I mean, I guess you taste the clam. It's there. The texture's there. It's just the whole thing coming together with the clams and the breadcrumbs and the seasoning. Yeah, I like these. I wonder if I put some lemon on them. I am so hungry. How did I lose my bottle opener? Clang. I just might have to break into the clam chowder. I just love Tabasco. I don't know what to say. Best when used by 2027. Then it's going to be 2030. 2030. Crazy. I'm gonna have to watch clips of, is it Space 1999? I used to watch that show, probably got it on like a Saturday morning or Sunday morning or something. I think it used to be. I wonder if that would have been on PBS. I know there was a period of time there where I religiously watched the episodes of the Avengers. It's such a quirky show. Man from Uncle. Was that other show with the guy that was trapped on an island? That was really a strange show. I think that's what the attraction was. It was just off the charts weird. Guy being chased by that big blob, that big balloon bubble thing on the beach. He's trying to escape. Name of it just escapes me right now. Make sure everything's on. I actually like this size. These are bigger than the I think it was a 10 pack? I don't think it was a 12 pack. That was so funny, man. I was just soaking from head to toe this morning. The bags were disintegrating. I only had a block to go. I didn't want them. I didn't even want them. I was just moving my fingers, trying to reposition my fingers, feeling the limes in the bag. I'm like, okay, the limes are in the plastic. Hopefully the opening is on the top, so my limes are gonna just fall out all over the place. At one point I contemplated just putting the bags down and running home and coming back. I could have put there's no way. If I put the bags down, they just would have been a lost cause. They were just disintegrated, as you saw. I was thinking if I could have managed to put grab the jar and put it in my pocket. It all worked out. It all worked out. But that was it. It hasn't rained since. My rain barrel was empty. I emptied out because I saw the mosquito larvae in there. There was also a pond skimmer on the top. I'm like, wow. I don't know what they grow up to be, those pond skimmers. I think they mature into something else, don't they? So that lost its home. But as soon as I saw those mosquito larvae, I emptied that out. I was thinking of having the clam chowder and also the shrimp with the cocktail sauce for a seafood mukbang, but I'm starting to get full. And I don't know what time it is, 3 o'clock or something. I'll break into the clam chowder as a meal with some crackers. But I did thaw out a piece of the cheesecake and the strawberries. The cheesecake came out. It was like, you know how those fancy chefs do deconstructed cheesecake with the pie is on the filling is on the side, like crumble, and then the cheese, and then the strawberries, and they're supposed to mix it together or something like that. Deconstructed. Well, the cheesecake pie, or the how do you describe that? The breadcrumb, a graham cracker crumb. It was all just crumbly. It wasn't complete. So that's what came to mind when I finally took out a scoop. I'm like, this is like a deconstructed version of cheesecake. Oh yeah, after the second one, I'll be full. Would have been nice to have a nice simple salad, a tomato, lettuce, some cucumber maybe. Oh, you know, that total grocery bill that's the norm now. 75, well, the other one, I didn't post the video yet, it was like $56. That was $75 for these odds and ends that I felt I needed to do this video. Didn't need the crackers, oyster crackers. I did a triple count. I counted again. You count 2 shells at a time. Doesn't matter if you're counting 2 tops or 2 bottoms. Just count 2 shells at a time. 42 oysters. I know I had 6, right? Then I opened a couple. I can't be wrong because I counted the total clams. I'm thinking, well, maybe you made a mistake when you review the video. It doesn't matter. I have the end product of the shells. I had 6. I opened up a couple. Then I had 7, which was 13. Then I did another 7 to 20. Then I opened up 10 to get to 30, and I was expecting to do the next 10. And when I got 10 out of the bag, I'm like, there's not 10 left. There was only 2 left, which the count was 42. contrary to what you might think. I bought that 6-pack for the last video I did. Do you hear that wind? There's a front coming through. I hope we get some more rain. We need it. These are better than usual. They have more celery, more shrimp. I mean, clams. Very nice. This is coming out of left field. I like to watch some flying videos. People do analysis of crashes. And they have one debrief. Because, you know, if I don't fly, I'm not a pilot. But, I did take like, I don't know, 10 hours of flying lessons once. But it's just interesting because you can learn. You don't want to keep crashes secret because pilots can learn from that information. And the FAA, they do an analysis and put out a report. But I came across this one channel I hadn't seen before. I was watching it and they came out with one of the preliminary or the final report by the military. It was a B-1 bomber that the crew crashed it because you can do ILS, instrument landing something. But you follow a signal. The signal sort of guides you into the airport. And they didn't maintain proper speed for this aircraft, the B-1 bomber. So they went beneath, you have a certain angle that you're supposed to come in for your approach. And they came in lower because the speed was too low, and that should have been picked up by the crew. The flight crew. And they ended up clipping the lights at the beginning of the runway. And I think they all jettisoned. They have an eject system. And then the plane skidded down the runway like a couple of football fields length, and was a complete loss. And the reason I brought that up is that, you know how much that plane was? I think it was $458 million. I don't think those guys ever get, I think when that happens, I don't think those guys ever get to fly again. I'm pretty sure that's what they do. They ground those people forever. I don't think they give them a second chance. Not in a $458 million aircraft, at least. Especially when they find the crew is at fault. It wasn't a mechanical malfunction. Okay, now I'm full. Actually, there's a little bit here going to waste. I love that crunchy breadcrumb there. So I'll be right back with a nice cheesecake dessert with strawberry toppings. Okay, now for the finale. Here's my cheesecake. You can see there the crust, the pie crust. It just fell apart. And this is a frozen one. I had to take a double take. I didn't actually look at the package. I'm like, am I supposed to bake this? But I just added they're unsweetened strawberries, frozen strawberries. Oh yeah, let's have a piece of strawberry with that. That is delicious. Just that added extra bit there. I made cheesecake once. You're supposed to use those Philadelphia brand cream cheese. Those dense packets of the original Philadelphia. One of the first things that I love to eat. My parents were renting an apartment in Everett, and the landlord lived downstairs, which is kind of odd that you'd have the tenant upstairs. They lived on the first floor apartment, and I remember sitting down in their living room, like on the floor at a coffee table, and I think they were actually impressed. Not impressed, but amazed at how much I liked. It was like the first thing I think as a kid I liked, besides peanut butter and jelly, was Philadelphia brand cream cheese on a Ritz cracker. I couldn't get enough of it when I discovered it. I don't know, they must have been the first ones to offer me that. I just remember them like, I was just eating them as quickly as they gave them to me. Wow, this is delicious. like I've had a meal at a restaurant. A fancy restaurant. I haven't had cheesecake in years. Man, this is so delicious. Gotta clean my plate. Wow. Good memories. What a day. I still have my clothes all sitting on the floor soaking wet. I think it's going to be, maybe if I put them outside, it'll take a couple of days for my sneakers to dry out. I was sloshing around, and I literally sloshed. I had to walk through a river when I went down to Shaw's. They have a parking lot in the back, public parking lot, and all this, I'm like, where did all this landscaping bark come from? And there was a side building, office building, that had put down landscaping bark, and it all got washed down the hill into the parking lot. It was like a river, must have been a river. It was pouring out there for the time it took me to get home. So thanks everyone for stopping by. I am full. That was nice, delicious Island Creek oysters. Unfortunately, I got shorted 8 oysters. And just stuffed clams. The 4-pack. I think they call them New England style. I don't know what that means. But those were larger. That 4-pack was larger than the, I think it's like an 8-pack. 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's a 9-pack or something. I didn't see that in there. Oh no, there was. But I went with those larger ones. Those were better than expected. Although I like them anyways. And a nice, just store-bought, I forget the brand, cream cheese. What's that famous, let me go check. I was gonna say Sara Lee. It's just Sara Lee. Sara Lee's been around forever. Cream cheese and sour cream topping. That's right, when I made it. You make the cream cheese and then you put sour cream on top of it. I remember that. And I always have to have my cream cheese these with strawberries. They just go together. No other fruit with cheesecake for me. It's got to be strawberries. So, yeah. It's a nice snack. So thanks everyone for stopping by. That was my oyster mukbang with stuffed clams. Short of the clam chowder and shrimp, which I envisioned maybe doing for seafood mukbang, but I'll have that later on. Separate meals or things to snack on. I am stuffed, but in a good way, not with like a hamburger chain hamburger. People are suggesting trying the new fiery Burger King meals that they have. They have the chicken and the hamburger. They do have the Whopper. Then you can decide how hot you want it to. I might try that. So thanks again everyone for your continued support and your comments. And I mean, other than the oysters, there's ways to have pretty good meals. The clam chowder, fresh clam chowders in the freezers in the fridge section at the grocery store. I was just about to buy the canned stuff in a can. I said, wait a minute. I actually found another refrigerator section that had clam chowder in it. There were two different cases. And this other one, that was the other, well, it says New England too, but there was another one that was in the more traditional cardboard, waxed coated cardboard white container that said traditional, like old-fashioned clam, New England clam chowder or something. I almost swapped the two out from the first one I had in my basket, but yeah. Thanks to all my, thank you for the super thanks. Thanks to all my PayPal contributors. Thanks for using the Amazon affiliate link in the description to make any of your already planned Amazon purchases. That's an easy way to help support the channel at no cost to you. So once again, appreciate your support, and until next video, bye. Thanks for watching.